Tommy Rodriguez woke up. It was cold. It was always cold in April mornings. He was lying on the ground, on flattened cardboard boxes, 3 layers, next to the back door of Iron's Gym, Brooklyn, Williamsburg, corner of North 3rd and Wythe. April 15th, 2024. He was 62 years old, homeless, for 8 years, 2,920 days on the streets. He opened his eyes, slowly. His left eye was cloudy, cataract developing. His right eye was better. The sun was coming up. 6:47 a.m. He could tell by the light. He'd been waking up at this time for 40 years, since he was a fighter. Training started at 7 a.m., always. Even now, 8 years homeless. His body still woke up at 6:47. Muscle memory. He sat up. His back cracked. Loudly. His spine had 3 herniated discs. From fights, from falls, from sleeping on concrete for 8 years. His knees hurt. Both of them. Arthritis. He'd had surgery on the right one. 1987. Torn meniscus. Training injury. The left one just wore out. From running. From footwork. From 45 professional fights. His shoulders ached. Rotator cuff damage. Both sides. From throwing tens of thousands of punches. His hands were the worst. He looked at them, gnarled, crooked, swollen knuckles, fingers that didn't straighten completely anymore. His right hand had been broken 4 times, 2 metacarpals, 3 knuckles. His left hand had been broken twice. Every punch he'd ever thrown had cost him something, but he was used to it. The pain. It was his companion now. He stood up, slowly, carefully, holding on to the brick wall for balance. His coat fell off. It had been his blanket, brown army surplus coat, size XL. Too big for him now. He'd bought it for $5 at a thrift store. 6 years ago, 2018, it had holes in the elbows, under the arms. The zipper was broken. He tied it closed with a piece of rope. He picked it up, shook it out. Dust and dirt fell off. Put it on. His clothes underneath were layers. T-shirt, 2 flannel shirts, sweater, all dirty, all donated, all from different years. His pants were jeans, torn at the knees, held up with a belt 3 sizes too big. The belt had extra holes punched in it because Tommy had lost weight, a lot of weight. In 1985, he'd weighed 220 pounds, fighting weight, pure muscle. Now he weighed maybe 165, thin, wiry, old man thin. His shoes were the worst part. Sneakers, Nike, but old, maybe 10 years old. The soles were separating, held together with duct tape. The laces were different colors. One was white, one was brown, replacements. His socks had holes. His feet hurt constantly. He walked to the corner, to the street fountain, the one the city had installed for dogs. But Tommy used it every morning. He bent down, turned the lever. Water came out, cold, always cold. He cupped his hands, splashed water on his face. Once, twice, 3 times. The water stung, but it woke him up. He looked at his reflection in the small puddle. An old man looked back, gray beard, long, matted. It reached his chest. He hadn't shaved in, he couldn't remember. Years, gray hair, thinning on top, long on the sides, past his shoulders. His face was weathered, deep lines, scars, scar above his left eye, from a headbutt, 1984. Fight against Mike Weaver, scar on his right cheekbone, from a cut, 1986. Title defense. His nose had been broken 3 times. It sat crooked, bent to the left. His ears were cauliflower, thick, deformed, from years of being hit. This was what 45 professional fights looked like, on a face. 20 years later, he touched his beard. It was rough, tangled. He tried to smooth it down with his wet hands. It didn't help. He stood up, stretched, his back cracked again, and looked at the gym. Iron's Gym, red brick building, 3 stories, old, built in 1965. The sign was painted on the side, in red letters. Iron's Gym, EST, 1965, boxing and fitness. The paint was fading, chipped, but still visible. This gym was home, or it had been. Tommy had trained here, 1978 to 1989, 11 years. This is where he'd learned to fight, where he'd sparred with champions, where he'd prepared for his title shot. The basement had heavy bags, 6 of them, speed bags, double-end bags. The second floor had the ring, 20 by 20 feet, regulation size. Canvas needed replacing, but it was still solid. The third floor had offices, locker rooms, showers. Tommy knew every inch of this building, and now he lived outside it because he couldn't afford to go inside anymore. He walked back to his spot by the back door, sat down on his cardboard, and waited for Jake. Every morning, Jake Morgan came out at 10:23 a.m. Jake owned the gym, had bought it in 2010 from the original owner's son. Jake was 58 years old, former trainer, never fought professionally, but he knew boxing, respected it, and he respected Tommy. Jake was the only person who talked to Tommy every day, the only person who knew his name. Tommy checked the time. There was a church across the street with a clock tower. 9:47 a.m. He had 36 minutes. He watched there. Speed, more than power. Heart wins fights. Tommy had believed him, and Eddie was right. 1983. Tommy was 23 years old. He'd won 18 straight fights, 15 by knockout. He got his shot. Title fight, heavyweight championship, against Mike Dokes, the champion. The fight was in Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace, HBO broadcast. Tommy's mother was there, front row, crying. His brothers were there, out of jail for the night, supervised release. Eddie was in his corner. "This is it, kid. Everything we worked for. You ready?" "I'm ready." Round 1. Tommy came out fast, aggressive. Dokes was bigger, stronger, but slower. Tommy used footwork, movement, angles. Round 3. Tommy landed a combination. Jab, jab, right cross, left hook. Dokes went down. The crowd erupted. Dokes got up at 8, shaky. Tommy attacked. Another combination, uppercut, hook, cross. Dokes went down again. This time he didn't get up. Knockout. Tommy Rodriguez, 23 years old, heavyweight champion of the world. He'd fallen to his knees, in the ring, crying. Eddie had jumped in, hugged him. "You did it, kid! You did it!" Tommy's mother was in the ring, screaming, crying, "Mi hijo! Mi campeón!" That night, Tommy made $500,000, the most money he'd ever seen. He thought it would last forever. 1983 to 1986. 3 years. Tommy defended his title 5 times. He made millions. Endorsements, appearances, prize money. He bought a house in Long Island, 5 bedrooms, pool, gate. He bought cars, Mercedes, BMW, Cadillac. He bought jewelry, gold chains, watches, rings. He partied every night, clubs, champagne, women. He did cocaine. Just to celebrate, then every weekend, then every day. He gambled Atlantic City, Vegas, just for fun, then to chase losses, then to pay debts. He thought he was invincible. Eddie had warned him. "Tommy, slow down, save your money. This won't last forever." "I'm the champion, Eddie. I'll always be the champion." Eddie had shaken his head. "Nobody's champion forever, kid." Tommy didn't listen. 1986. Tommy was 26 years old. He'd partied too much, trained too little. Title defense against Trevor Berbick. Tommy came in overweight, out of shape, slow. Round 7. Berbick caught him with a right hand. Tommy went down, got up at 9, but he was gone, hurt, tired. Round 8. Another right hand. Tommy went down again. This time he couldn't get up. He'd lost the belt, lost everything after that fight. Tommy spiraled. He tried comebacks, but he'd lost it. The speed, the timing, the discipline. He fought 4 more times, lost 3, won 1, against a nobody. By 1989, he was done, 30 years old. washed up, broke. He'd spent all his money, all of it. The house was foreclosed, the cars repossessed, the jewelry pawned. He owed money to dealers, to bookies, to everyone. His wife, Maria, she'd had enough. "Tommy, I can't do this anymore. You need help. You need rehab." "I don't need rehab. I need to fight." "You can't fight anymore. You're done, and you're killing yourself." "Then leave." She did. She took their 2 kids, Miguel, 8 years old, Rosa, 6 years old. Tommy never saw them again. Maria got full custody, restraining order. "He's dangerous. He's on drugs." Tommy had tried to visit. Once, 1992. Maria called the police. "He's violating the restraining order." Tommy was arrested, spent 3 days in jail. When he got out, he never tried again. His kids grew up without him. Miguel, Rosa, they'd be 40 and 38 now. Tommy wondered about them every day. Did they remember him? Did they hate him? Did they know he was homeless? He'd never know. 1989 to 2016, 27 years. Tommy survived, barely. He worked odd jobs, construction, loading docks, dishwashing, but he couldn't keep them. The cocaine, the drinking, the fights. He'd get fired, get hired somewhere else, get fired again. He lived in cheap apartments, motels, shelters, each place worse than the last. By 2016, he had nothing. No job, no apartment, no money. He'd been evicted. Last time. Landlord changed the locks. "You're 3 months behind. Get out." Tommy had nowhere to go, so he went to the only place he knew. Iron's Gym. Eddie had died in 2008. Heart attack. Jake owned it now. Tommy sat outside. First night. On cardboard. He'd thought it would be temporary. Just until I get back on my feet. That was 8 years ago. He never got back on his feet. Present, 11:34 a.m. Tommy was still sitting outside, watching the gym, drinking cold coffee. Then he heard it. A car. Expensive, loud. He looked up. A Porsche. Red, 911 Turbo S. It pulled up, right in front of the gym, double parked. The driver's door opened. A young guy stepped out. Maybe 26, 27, tall, 6 feet 2 inches, athletic build, muscular but lean. He was wearing workout clothes, Nike, new. Everything matched, black and red, Beats headphones, around his neck, probably $300. Apple Watch, probably $800. He had that look, rich, confident, entitled. He walked toward the gym, didn't look at Tommy. Tommy watched him go inside. 12:15 p.m. The young guy came out.